storm and, of course, COVID-19.
Now, voters at 3 longtime polling locations will be directed to new voting sites on Election Day. Investigative reporter Ben Hall shows us who's affected.
One polling site was damaged in the March tornado, and 2 others, including one at a retirement facility, are closing because of COVID concerns. Now some voters must get new locations.
I expect there to be a lot of people coming through.
The 50 Forward Senior Citizen Center at Madison Station
We're ready for them.
will be extra busy on Election Day.
We worked out so that they could have their voting precinct here.
The nearby Winlands Retirement Center has been a voting site for years, but the facility became concerned about having large numbers of people come inside during the pandemic. So the Election Commission moved the precinct to Madison Station. Now Madison Station will have 2 separate precincts inside the Senior Center.
This is our normal voting room. But now that we have Winlands here, we've added the second room, so that precinct will then be directed into this room.
Both will have the same number of voting machines they normally have.
Close is what we look for. So for 50 Forward, we already had a site there.
Davidson County's Administrator of Elections, Jeff Roberts, says there was also concern about bringing voters inside the Tennessee School for the Blind, which has been a long-time voting site in Donaldson.
They have students from all over the state, residential. Some of them have multiple issues beyond their blindness.
That precinct will be closed permanently, so voters will receive new voter registration cards directing them to vote at nearby Donaldson Middle School. But it's not just the coronavirus impacting polling sites. Voters who normally vote at 15th Avenue Baptist Church can't go in there because of the tornado earlier this year.
They still have some damage from the tornado in March that they're not quite finished up with yet.
Voters who normally go to 15th Avenue will be directed to the North Branch Library on Election Day. Both the church and the Winlands Retirement Center hope to have voters again at some point in the future, so those voters will not get new voter registration cards.
Voting is important, but safety is also important, so we absolutely understand why they would want to keep their residents safe.
Brandy Lamb wants to make sure voting goes well on what many expect will be a busy Election Day. She's glad 50 Forward Madison Station has the space.
We love being able to help out not just our friends at Winlands East, but the Madison community.
Davidson County has 160 precincts, so moving just 3 is not that unusual. But the coronavirus is impacting polling sites across the country, so make sure yours is open before you vote on Election Day. Ben Hall, News Channel 5 investigates.